Hello and welcome to coverage of Grand Prix Ottawa. Marshall Sutcliffe in the booth with Ben Stark, and we are just about underway here. We've got William. So here's Neil Oliver versus Miles McInnes. Now Neil won his last round, so he's actually won 5 games in a row now with 2 different draft decks, 5 matches in a row with 2 different draft decks, both of them running 18 lands and 2 banners. He's just doing it. 2 people drew.
Right.
Seth Manfield and Jessica. We have Pascal, Sam, Lucas, Shahar, and Xavier in. And which is 7.
Right.
So the winner of Oliver, the winner of this match right here, Oliver versus McInnes, but there's also Douglas versus Stern.
Right. Because of the draw, it's not a clean situation anymore.
So
it's one person at X2-1 should be able to miss, and then it comes down to tiebreakers.
Right.
But Trent Douglas's breakers are pretty bad. He's going to need some help.
We just saw a handshake there, and I think that Miles McInnes just won.
That's disappointing. I mean, not for
Neil
him,
won?
but okay.
I didn't hear you, Rashad. Neil just won.
Yeah, I mean, I was rooting for Neil mostly just because he's on the American national team.
Yeah.
To compete in the World Magic Cup.
For sure.
But, obviously, of course, it'll be a good accomplishment for both of them. I'm not sure if either of them are queued for the next Pro Tour. I think this is probably
Neil's
an important
not.
match.
Neil was not. He's super excited to be back on the Pro Tour. BDM, what did you just see?
Yeah, Neil Oliver's in full Mark Twain mode. Reports of his death greatly exaggerated, obviously. He, again, villainous wealth.
He got there.
He hid behind Dragon Knight Savant, Sorry, Flock, just time.
So those weren't his Tuskguard captain?
No.
Oh,
Well, the
okay.
Tuskguard captain may have been his, but the Colossadon, the Witness of the Ages, and the Longshot Squad were not.
Okay.
Hello everyone, it's Milo here and I'm at GP Ottawa. It's Cons of Tarkir Sealed, which I think is the best limited environment of all time. Does that mean I'm going to do well? I don't know. Does it mean that Kathryn is going to do well? We don't know. But we'll keep you posted throughout the day. We'll let you know how we're doing and maybe we'll talk to some people here. So day 1, the first thing that I noticed with the pool that I was past was that I was sent 3 feet of resistance. As you can remember from my pre-release video, this is the best trick in the entire format. One of my rares actually had really great synergy with this, High Sentinels of Arashin. Also luckily I got this mythic Anafenza, which works perfectly with Abzan. Turn 1 Disown Ancestor, turn 2 Kintree Invocation, which gives you a turn 2 4/4. It makes cards like Sagu Archer and the Harrier a lot better, and the Grim Haru Specs lets you draw cards so that you're not, even though you're using it to drain 2 life, you don't have card disadvantage by sacrificing your board. Also, Become Immense is crazy. This card is nuts. Alright, so it's round 4 is just over. I'm 4-0. Kathryn's 3-1. We're doing really well at GP Ottawa. Kathryn, say hello to everybody.
Hello. I don't have much of a voice. So.
She doesn't have much of a voice. She's been yelling judge all day, calling players on everything.
That's not true.
Hey guys, I'm here with Daniel Fournier. He's 25% of Team Canada this year, and it's the most stacked Team Canada maybe ever. What do you think?
A couple years ago, there was a really strong team that had Lucas Xiao, I believe, Alex Hayne, Mark Anderson. Like that was. I think that one makes it a little bit more stacked. But at that point, there was only 1 Pro Tour champion on that team. Now you have 2 Pro Tour champions. So
yeah, speaking of Sean McLaren, he is kind of a lone wolf, and he's on your team. How has that been? Have you been communicating with him, or?
So Sean's actually been very helpful in preparation so far. While he hasn't come out and met us yet, come out for in-person testing or anything. He's a little bit elusive, but he's been very helpful with testing on we have a Facebook page, and he's been posting a lot of opinions. Yes, obviously the guy to win a Pro Tour and then finals one later, he's clearly a genius.
Yeah.
And he's posted a bunch of really great deck that's contributed a lot to a discussion.
So I don't know if you've seen South Park's newest episode, Cock Magic.
Oh, I have.
Now, is that pretty accurate as to how things go?
Well, as an underground dojo keyboard cage fighter myself, obviously the episode's very funny, and I really enjoy all the Randy bits.
Yeah, it's funny that the Randy bits are like the funniest part. It's nothing to do with magic.
Yeah, it's typical for South Park. It's an entire premise of an episode leading into a big dick joke.
So City Walk is like the low level, like the stores, right? And Panda Express is like maybe a GP or something. What would Worlds be? What if the South Park characters played at the world level? Where would they be playing? What basement of what Chinese food restaurant?
On the trip to and from Montreal for the WMCQ weekend, at 4 a.m. both ways. So like leaving Toronto, I guess it was more like midnight on the way out of Toronto, but like 4 a.m. on the way back. We stopped at this Chinese restaurant in Richmond Hill called Perfect's, and its name is accurate. Perfect's was almost perfect. In my opinion, that's where the Pro Tour of Cock Magic would be held.
So I think it was round 7 that just finished. I haven't eaten properly, and I'm kind of dazed and confused. I don't know what's going on, but I'm 6-1. In the last round, I actually made my first sideboarding decision of the entire GP. I normally sideboard all the time. Always pay attention to your sideboard, but I've just been running it as is because I pretty much had 23 playable cards. So we're gonna try. I've got 2 shots now. I just need to win 1 in 2 matches, and we'll see if I can do it. We'll see if I can make day 2 at half the GPs I've played in my life. Sunday. Saturday I ended my day at 7-2, so I made day 2. It's pretty exciting. I have a really uphill battle now if I actually want to make a run of this, because I have 2 losses already, but I'm going to go there, I'm going to do both my drafts, I'm going to have a good time, and I'll show you what I'm able to put together. So Sunday rolls around. I'm 7-2. I sit down at my first pod, my 7-2 pod, and Tom Martell is directly to my right. 2 to my left is Ari Lax. 2 Pro Tour champions in my pod, and I'm at 7-2. I obviously think I'm going to be crushed, but then the draft happens and it goes great. So this was my deck for the first draft pod. I really like Skaldkin. It's not like a super high pick, but I'm always very happy to have it. I'm blue-red splashing green, and I actually don't need to run a single forest because I was able to draft 3 rugged highlands. As you can tell, 1 in each pack. I'm splashing 4, Become Immense again because it was such a great card for me in day 1, and I'm also splashing for these 2 morphs. If I never see the green, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's still 2/2 for 3. Now the deck really worked, I think, because I was able to draft 3 Force Aways, which are amazing. Especially with these Jeskai Elders that allow me to loot. I'm only playing 13 creatures, so I need to be able to dig for them. And I need to dig for key removal spells. I first pick. This was pack 2, first pick, 4th pick. So red was definitely open. I was very happy to see. I've never had 2 Arc Lightnings in the same deck ever in my life. And the 2 rares that I was able to get, I didn't open either of these, they were passed to me, was Icy Blast and Dig Through Time, which played pivotal roles in my match actually against Tom Martell. Tom Martell, it was a game 3, and he had a Pine Walker, a 2/2 for 1 and a green, and the 2/1 for 1 and a green Highland game, and the one that looks at morphs. He played Icy Blast, tapping down my team, and swung in for 9 damage. End of turn, I Dig Through Time, and since I have so many copies of it, I'm able to find an Arc Lightning and a Far Away. So I was able to kill his 2/2 and his 2/1 with the Arc Lightning, and force away his Pine Walker on my turn. It goes over to his turn. He replays his creatures. I'm finally able to untap my creatures, swing in during his turn, Icy Blast his team, go in. One of my creatures was a Scaldkin, and I had 2 others. He could only block 1, so I was able to, once he blocked the Scaldkin, sack it to deal 2 damage to him and finish the match. So this Dig Through Time, even though I have a foiled one, this is the one that was able to get me a match win against Tom Martell, so I feel kind of like this is the one that needs to go in the cube. I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think. I'm here with Andrew and Patrick. A lot of you don't know who this is, but he is the first ever Cube champion.
Yeah.
He's the first person to take home the Lundstedt, and I very rarely get to see him. This is what GPs are all about, meeting up with people you haven't seen in a long time. Andrew, how have you been?
Excellent. Missed all you guys, but I'm glad to see there's a lot of people here that I know. It's good to see some familiar faces.
You had an interesting interaction with a certain turtle. Is that correct? What
That
happened?
is. So I'm playing, I forget his name, it's the 5/9 Island Walk Turtle that when it attacks, it removes itself, comes back next turn attacking. So the guy active treasoned it, in which case he attacks with it, and then he keeps it after that, and then I lost that game. But that's okay, I still won the round against him, so I can't complain.
I just finished my first draft pod. I 3-0'd that draft pod. I had a really awesome blue-red tempo deck going into round 1 of the second draft, and my deck is not so great. It's a little weird. It's pretty much mono green, splashing black and white. I have 5 white sources, 5 black sources, and 12 green sources. The black and the white is for a kill shot, the 2/3 Outlast, Death Touch guy, and 2 Abzan guys. So we'll see what happens. I do have 3 Alpine Grizzlies, Savage Punch, got a lot of surprising weird green removal. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can do it. 3-0, 3-0. All right, well, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you. Congratulations on your finish this weekend.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome.
Later, man.